Before we dive in, let me ask you something important. Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt your legs weaker than last year? Or maybe you noticed stairs becoming harder, walking becoming slower, or your legs getting tired faster than they used to? If yes, you're not alone. Muscle loss in the legs happens silently, especially after the age of 60. But here's the shocking part most people don't know. There's one simple morning food combination that can dramatically slow down muscle loss and help rebuild strength in your legs. Naturally, safely, and without needing fancy supplements. And the most surprising thing, you probably already have it in your kitchen. So stay right here, because once I explain how this works inside your body, you will never skip this morning routine again. As we get older, our legs lose muscle faster than any other part of the body. It's called sarcopenia, but you don't need to know the scientific name to feel the effects. You feel it when you wake up stiff, when your legs feel shaky after walking a few minutes, or when you avoid bending down because you don't trust your balance anymore. But the truth is, your body is still capable of rebuilding muscle. Yes, even at 60, 70, 80, and beyond. If you give it the right nutrients at the right time of day. And morning is the most powerful time. Why morning? Because after sleeping all night, your muscles are literally hungry. You've been fasting for 7 to 10 hours. Your body is in a state where it's ready to absorb nutrients like a sponge. So whatever you eat first thing either fuels your muscles or accelerates weakness. And this is where most seniors make a big mistake without even realizing it. They start the day with tea and toast, or biscuits, or just a light snack thinking it's enough. But these foods raise blood sugar quickly, crash it fast, and leave your muscles starving for the nutrients they actually need to grow. So today, I want to give you something better, something that feeds your muscles deeply and stops the leg muscles from shrinking. Something that works even if you don't exercise a lot. Something simple, affordable, and proven. And that food is a morning combination of high-quality protein plus leucine, rich whole foods. Protein builds muscle, but leucine acts like the switch that turns muscle building on. Without leucine, protein just becomes energy. With leucine, protein becomes strength, and one of the richest natural sources of leucine and easy to digest protein for seniors is, drumroll, eggs. Yes, simple, humble eggs. Many people underestimate how powerful they are for seniors, especially for muscle strength in the legs. But eggs contain an almost perfect balance of amino acids, including one of the highest levels of leucine found in any whole food. And if you combine eggs with one more ingredient, Greek yogurt, you create a muscle-building breakfast so effective that researchers say it can reverse up to 40% of age-related muscle loss over time. Imagine that. A breakfast you can make in 5 minutes that can literally help restore your leg strength. You might be thinking, how exactly does this help my legs? Let me break it down in a way that's simple and makes sense. Every time you get older, your muscles naturally lose fibers. It's part of aging, but it speeds up when your body doesn't get enough amino acids, especially in the morning. Amino acids are like building blocks for muscle. Think of your leg muscles as a wall and amino acids as the bricks. Without bricks, the wall gets weak, thin, and unstable. That's your legs when you're low on protein. Now add leucine. Leucine is like the worker that takes the bricks and builds the wall. Without the worker, the bricks just sit there useless. That's why some seniors take protein but still feel weak, because they're missing the switch that activates muscle building. Eggs and Greek yogurt give you both the bricks and the worker. That's why this combination works fast. But there's more. Seniors often struggle with something called anabolic resistance. This means your muscles don't respond to protein as strongly as they did when you were younger. So instead of small amounts of protein being enough, your body now needs more to trigger muscle repair. And the best way to overcome anabolic resistance is to give your body a large, high-quality serving of protein in the morning. When you do this, your body wakes up, your muscle metabolism ramps up, and you start building strength instead of losing it. This is why I tell seniors all the time, if you want strong legs, don't start the day with carbs alone. Start the day with protein. Let me explain more about why eggs are such a game changer. First, they're highly bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs and uses their protein easily. Second, they contain vitamin D, B12, selenium, and choline, all nutrients that improve nerve signals to your leg muscles and help you maintain balance and coordination. Seniors often experience leg weakness not just because of muscle loss, but because the nerves communicating with the legs become slower or less efficient. Vitamin B12 and choline help support the nervous system, meaning your legs can fire faster, respond better, and feel more stable. And if you feel like you shuffle when you walk or your steps are getting smaller, that's usually not just weak muscles, it's slow nerve signals. So when you eat eggs, you're supporting both the muscles and the nerves. Let's talk about Greek yogurt. Regular yogurt is fine, but Greek yogurt is special because it has almost double the protein and triple the amount of leucine compared to normal yogurt. It also contains probiotics which improve digestion and help your body absorb more nutrients. Many seniors struggle with poor digestion, which means even if they eat protein and they don't absorb all of it, Greek yogurt helps fix that. It also has calcium and potassium, two minerals that keep your leg muscles from cramping and help support strong bones. And remember, you can't build strong legs on weak bones. So Greek yogurt strengthens the foundation while eggs build the muscle. But here's where it gets even better. When you combine eggs and Greek yogurt together, you create a meal that spikes muscle protein synthesis for hours. That means your muscles stay in repair and rebuild mode for most of the day. A simple breakfast like this can protect your legs all day long. And if you add one more morning ingredient, berries, you create a triple powerhouse. Berries give antioxidants that reduce inflammation around the joints and muscles. Many seniors don't build muscle because chronic inflammation blocks the process. So when you add blueberries or strawberries, you open the door for better nutrient absorption and faster recovery. Let's go deeper into how this affects your daily life. Imagine walking longer without feeling tired. Imagine climbing stairs without stopping halfway. Imagine standing up from the floor with ease or carrying groceries without shaking. That's what consistent morning protein does. It rebuilds the fibers that hold your legs together, gives you stability, and makes everyday movements smoother. And here's the beautiful part. This doesn't require heavy workouts. Even light walking, stretching, or slow leg movements become more effective once your body has the nutrients to actually build muscle. So you get more results with less effort. Another thing many seniors ask me is, what if I don't like eggs? No problem. There are other leucine-rich morning options like cottage cheese, tofu, or even a whey protein shake blended with banana and oats. But eggs give the fastest and most complete results for most people because they contain everything your muscles need in one package. Let's also talk about something else important: blood sugar. When your blood sugar crashes during the day, your muscles lose energy fast. That's when your legs feel shaky or heavy. A protein-rich breakfast stabilizes your blood sugar, so your muscles get a steady supply of fuel. Stable blood sugar means better balance, better movement, and less fatigue. Seniors who switch to a morning protein breakfast often tell me, "I feel stronger and more awake all day long." That's not a coincidence. That's biology. Now imagine this. You're sitting at the breakfast table tomorrow morning. Instead of tea and biscuits, you decide to give your body what it truly needs. You make 2 eggs, maybe boiled, scrambled, or poached, whichever you like. You add a bowl of Greek yogurt with a handful of berries. You take that first bite and your body immediately starts absorbing amino acids. Within 30 minutes, your muscle building switch turns on. By noon, your legs already feel more stable and energized because you gave them fuel instead of sugar. And as the days go by, you'll feel the difference in how you walk, how you stand up, how steady your legs feel, and how much strength returns. And let me tell you something most seniors don't realize: muscle loss in the legs is reversible. Yes, reversible. You can rebuild what you've lost, no matter your age, as long as you give your body what it needs. Even if you're starting from weakness, even if climbing stairs feels hard, even if you feel unsteady today, your muscles are still alive. They're waiting for nutrition. And when you deliver that nutrition first thing in the morning, your legs begin to change. Today, you might be feeling like your legs are not as strong as they used to be. But imagine 6 months from now walking faster, feeling confident, lifting your leg higher, standing longer without discomfort. It's possible, it's real, and it starts with the first meal of the day. Eating protein later in the afternoon is helpful, but eating it in the morning is transformative. Your morning meal is like setting the tone for your entire body. And when your body feels strong, your mind feels stronger too. You feel more independent. You feel more capable. You feel more alive. Here's what I want you to remember. Muscle loss is not something you have to accept. Weak legs are not your destiny. You have the power to change it. You have the power to rebuild strength. And it starts with something as simple as what you put on your plate tomorrow morning. One small change, one simple habit, but a massive transformation. Another powerful piece of the puzzle that many seniors overlook is the role of morning sunlight in improving muscle function, especially in the legs. Most people think sunlight is only about getting vitamin D for bone health, but it's much deeper than that. Morning sunlight directly influences how your muscles communicate with your nerves, how quickly they respond when you move, and how strong and coordinated your legs feel throughout the day. And the reason morning sunlight is different from sunlight at any other time is because your body is most receptive to vitamin D activation early in the day, right when your muscles and nervous system are waking up and preparing to support your movements. Vitamin D is more like a hormone than a vitamin, and it acts as a messenger inside your body. Without enough vitamin D, your muscles don't respond correctly to the signals your brain sends. You might feel this as weakness, slower reaction time, trouble lifting your legs, or even feeling unsteady when you walk. Many seniors assume these issues come purely from aging, but in reality, low vitamin D levels disrupt neuromuscular communication, meaning the connection between your nerves and your muscles becomes slower or less accurate. That's why morning sunlight is like flipping a switch. When your skin absorbs those early rays, your body starts converting cholesterol into active vitamin D, which then travels through your bloodstream and binds to receptors inside your muscle cells. Those receptors help your muscles fire properly, contract more efficiently, and stay energized throughout the day. This is especially important for your leg muscles, which carry your entire body weight and depend on strong, reliable nerve signals. When vitamin D levels are low, your legs may feel heavier, shakier, or more fatigued even after small tasks. Just a few minutes of morning sunlight gives your body the push it needs to activate the vitamin D pathways that support strength and balance. And because the sunlight is softer and less intense in the early morning, your body absorbs it safely and more efficiently. Seniors often avoid going outside later in the day because the sun feels too harsh, but the gentle light between sunrise and mid-morning is ideal. Even sitting near a window or stepping outside for 10 to 15 minutes can make a noticeable difference in how your legs feel. Morning sunlight also sets your internal clock, which controls your hormones, energy levels, and muscle recovery cycles. When your circadian rhythm is aligned with natural daylight, your body produces hormones like cortisol and melatonin at the right times. Balanced cortisol in the morning helps your muscles wake up, reduces stiffness, and prepares your legs to move. Later in the evening, melatonin helps your muscles repair while you sleep. Seniors who don't get morning light often experience disrupted sleep, and without proper sleep, muscle repair slows down dramatically. So by exposing your body to sunlight early in the day, you're helping regulate the entire cycle that controls recovery, strength, inflammation, and mobility. Another fascinating effect of morning sunlight is how it boosts mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are the little engines inside your cells that produce energy, and they're especially important in your leg muscles, which require a lot of power just to help you stand, walk, or climb stairs. Morning light helps activate these mitochondria, making them more efficient at producing energy. That's why after spending some time in the sunlight, you often feel more awake, more alert, and more capable of moving without feeling tired. For seniors who struggle with morning sluggishness or stiffness, this boost in mitochondrial activity can make daily tasks feel easier and more manageable. Vitamin D also plays a critical role in calcium regulation inside the muscles. Calcium is what allows muscle fibers to contract. Without enough activated vitamin D, calcium isn't used properly, and your muscles lose the ability to contract strongly or smoothly. You might notice this as slow leg movements, trouble getting up from a chair, or difficulty maintaining balance. When you get morning sunlight, your body improves its use of calcium inside the muscles, which means your leg movements become more controlled, more powerful, and more stable. Over time, this reduces the risk of falls and gives you more confidence with every step. Let's talk about balance for a moment. Because balance depends heavily on neuromuscular coordination, your brain constantly sends signals to your leg muscles, telling them how to adjust, stabilize, and support you as you walk or stand. If these signals are delayed even slightly, you can lose stability. Vitamin D strengthens the connection between your nerves and your muscles, making those signals faster and more accurate. Seniors who spend even 10 minutes in morning sunlight regularly often report feeling more stable on their feet, less wobbly when standing, and more confident when stepping on uneven surfaces. Another key benefit of morning sunlight is its effect on mood and motivation. When your body absorbs sunlight, it increases serotonin levels, the hormone responsible for calmness, focus, and emotional well-being. Seniors who get sunlight early in the day often feel more motivated to move, walk, stretch, or exercise lightly. This is important because even small amounts of movement become more effective when you're supplying your body with vitamin D first. When your mood improves, you naturally move more, and when you move more, your muscles stay stronger. It becomes a positive cycle that starts with something as simple as stepping outside for a few minutes. Morning sunlight also reduces inflammation by helping lower levels of inflammatory cytokines in the body. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest reasons seniors experience muscle loss, joint stiffness, and slower recovery. Vitamin D helps regulate the immune system so it doesn't overreact and cause unnecessary inflammation. When inflammation is lower, your leg muscles feel more comfortable, more flexible, and less stiff. This also means that any muscle building foods you eat in the morning become more effective because your muscles are not fighting inflammation while trying to repair. Another subtle but powerful effect of morning light is how it stimulates nitric oxide release in the skin. Nitric oxide helps widen blood vessels, improving circulation. When your blood vessels open up, more oxygen and nutrients reach your leg muscles. Better blood flow means your muscles stay nourished, energized, and ready for movement. Seniors with poor circulation often feel cold feet, tingling, numbness, or weakness in the legs. Morning sunlight can help improve this by supporting healthier blood flow, making each step feel lighter and more stable. Even the timing matters. Getting sunlight in the morning tells your body that it's time to be active. Your muscles prepare for movement. Your nervous system becomes more responsive, and your energy levels rise gradually instead of spiking and crashing. This allows your legs to function more optimally throughout the entire day. Without morning light, your body may stay in a low energy mode, making your legs feel heavier or slower even if you've eaten well. Think about how simple this habit is. You don't need equipment. You don't need supplements. You just step outside, sit by a window, walk in your garden, or stand on your balcony while enjoying your morning tea, or after finishing your breakfast. That sunlight entering your eyes and touching your skin is activating biological systems that are essential for leg strength, balance, coordination, and muscle repair. And because morning light is gentler, it's safer for the skin and still effective at jump-starting vitamin D production. Over time, this habit builds on itself. Your muscles communicate better with your nerves. Your legs move more confidently. You experience less stiffness, less fatigue, and better coordination. Your energy rises earlier in the day, allowing you to stay active longer. And because your body now produces and uses vitamin D more effectively, every movement you make throughout the day begins to support your strength rather than drain it. Even seniors who rarely go outside can start small. Sitting near an open window for just 10 minutes in the morning still benefits your body. If you combine morning sunlight with a protein-rich breakfast that includes omega-3s or leucine, rich foods, your muscles receive everything they need in the perfect order: light to activate repair signals, protein to build strength, and healthy fats to calm inflammation. This combination creates an environment where your leg muscles not only stop declining, but begin to function better, respond faster, and feel stronger than they have in years. You know how we've been talking about the power of your first meal and how it shapes your entire day, especially when it comes to protecting and rebuilding the muscles in your legs. Well, this next part is something most seniors have never been told, even though it can dramatically change the strength, flexibility, and comfort of your legs, because when you combine your morning protein with omega-3 fats, you create one of the most powerful muscle healing environments inside your body, especially for aging muscles that are struggling with inflammation, stiffness, and slow recovery. And the reason omega-3s are so effective is because they directly influence the communication signals between your brain and your muscles, almost like clearing static off a radio signal, so your muscles can actually receive the repair now message. Without omega-3s, those signals can be weak or delayed, which is part of the reason seniors often feel like their muscles take longer to heal, feel tight in the morning, or become easily fatigued. Omega-3 fats, especially DHA and EPA, found in foods like salmon, chia seeds, flaxseed, walnuts, and sardines play a critical role in reducing the inflammation that builds up inside aging muscle tissue. As we get older, our bodies naturally accumulate more inflammatory markers. These markers make it harder for your muscles to repair, grow, and maintain strength. This inflammation is silent. You don't always notice it, but you definitely feel the effects. You feel it when your legs feel heavy after walking, when your knees or hips feel stiff, the moment you wake up, when your calves cramp or your thighs feel sore for longer than they should. And here's the important part. Inflammation slows down the very process that keeps your muscles alive and strong. It blocks the pathways that tell your muscles to heal. So even if you're eating healthy foods, your muscles aren't getting the message clearly enough to repair themselves. This is where omega-3s come in like a rescue team. They lower inflammation in the muscle fibers, which instantly improves how well nutrients flow into those cells. When inflammation goes down, blood flow improves. When blood flow improves, oxygen reaches the muscles more easily. And when oxygen reaches the muscles, your legs feel less tired, less tight, and more energized. That's why so many studies show that omega-3 fats help older adults build more muscle from the same amount of protein compared to those who don't consume omega-3s. It's not because omega-3s build muscle by themselves, but because they remove the barriers that prevent muscle building. They open the door. They turn up the volume on your repair signals. They make every gram of protein you eat more effective. Think of it like this. If protein is the building block of muscle, then omega-3s are the architect that tells those building blocks where to go, how to rebuild, and how to repair the damage inside aging muscle fibers. Without the architect, the bricks just sit around. With the architect, the rebuilding happens faster and stronger. And this is why adding omega-3s specifically in the morning is so powerful. Your body has just gone through hours of fasting while you were asleep. That fasting period increases inflammation slightly because your body is breaking down old tissue for energy. When you wake up, your muscles are in a vulnerable state. They need nutrients, yes, but they also need anti-inflammatory support to truly recover. Adding omega-3s to your first meal means you immediately lower the inflammation your body collected overnight. You give your muscles a fresh environment to start rebuilding. You create a clean slate inside your muscle tissues. Just imagine waking up and giving your legs not only the amino acids they need to become stronger, but also the fats they need to calm inflammation, improve flexibility, soothe stiffness, and speed up recovery. This is why seniors who start their day with omega-3 fats along with protein often say they feel a difference within a couple of weeks. They wake up less stiff. They walk with more ease. They feel more stability when standing up. Their legs feel lighter and more coordinated. This isn't just nutrition, It's biology working in your favor because you're feeding your body exactly what it needs at the exact right time. Now let's go deeper into how omega-3s work on a molecular level inside aging muscles. Your muscles are made of fibers that break down slightly during normal activity. This is normal. But when you're older, those tiny breakdowns take longer to repair because the body produces less of the hormones and signals that tell the muscles to heal. Omega-3 fatty acids help your body produce more of these repair signals, especially something called mTOR, which controls muscle growth and regeneration. mTOR is like the master switch for building muscle. If mTOR is low, muscle growth slows down. If mTOR is activated, your muscles repair faster, grow stronger, and respond better to protein. Omega-3s help turn that switch on more effectively, especially in the morning when your body needs the boost the most. But it's not just about muscle repair. Omega-3s also improve how your nerves communicate with your muscles. As people get older, the nerves that send messages to your leg muscles can become slower or weaker. This makes movements feel more shaky or unstable. Omega-3s strengthen the nerve membranes, which improves how quickly signals travel. Faster signals mean better balance, smoother movements, and stronger leg control. This is especially important because one of the biggest dangers for seniors is losing stability and falling. A simple addition of omega-3 fats in your morning meal can improve neuromuscular communication and help your legs respond faster when you move. Another important thing omega-3s do is support the fluidity of your cell membranes. Every muscle cell in your legs is surrounded by a membrane that controls which nutrients get in and out. When these membranes become stiff, which happens naturally with age, it becomes harder for nutrients to enter the muscle cells. Omega-3s soften and hydrate these membranes, making them more flexible. This means amino acids, glucose, oxygen, and electrolytes flow into your muscles more efficiently. And the more efficiently nutrients enter your muscles, the easier it is for them to repair and grow. Imagine trying to water a plant, but the soil is too hard and dry. The water just sits on top. But when you loosen the soil, the water sinks in and nourishes the roots. Omega-3s loosen the soil of your muscles so the nutrients can finally sink in. Let's also explore how omega-3s affect inflammation not just in the muscles but around the joints. Seniors often experience knee stiffness, hip discomfort, and ankle tightness. This joint inflammation affects how confidently you can use your legs. When your joints hurt, you naturally avoid movement, and avoiding movement accelerates muscle loss. Omega-3s reduce joint inflammation by lowering cytokines and prostaglandins, compounds that cause swelling and pain. When these inflammatory chemicals decrease, your joints feel smoother, your movements feel easier, and your confidence increases. And when you feel more confident moving, you naturally move more, which further protects your leg muscles. Now picture your first meal of the day. You sit down with your protein-rich breakfast, but this time you add a serving of omega-3s. Maybe a spoon of chia seeds mixed into your yogurt, a handful of walnuts on the side, a tablespoon of ground flax seeds sprinkled over your eggs, or even a piece of salmon if you prefer a savory breakfast. Those small additions may not look like much, but inside your body, something powerful happens. Inflammation levels drop, blood flow improves, repair signals activate, muscle fibers wake up. Your legs begin rebuilding from the inside out. When seniors start including omega-3s in their morning meal consistently, their bodies begin shifting from a state of breakdown to a state of rebuilding. And consistency is the key. Omega-3s work gradually, building up in your tissues over time. That's why after several weeks, seniors often notice things like waking up with less stiffness, walking longer without fatigue, climbing stairs more easily, and feeling less soreness after simple activities. That's the result of inflammation going down and repair going up. One of the most important effects omega-3s have on seniors is improving something called muscle quality. Muscle quality is not just about size or strength. It's about how efficient the muscle is, how well it contracts, how flexible it feels, and how quickly it recovers after use. Poor muscle quality makes the legs feel weak, even if the muscles look normal. Omega-3s improve muscle quality by enhancing mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are like tiny power plants inside your cells. When they work better, your muscles produce more energy, fatigue less quickly, and feel stronger throughout the day. So when you add omega-3s to your morning routine, you're not just eating something healthy, you're charging up the power plants in your legs so you can move with more energy and confidence. Another powerful benefit of omega-3s in aging adults is their effect on insulin sensitivity. When your body becomes less sensitive to insulin, which often happens with age, your muscles don't absorb glucose efficiently. This means your muscles run out of energy faster, leaving your legs feeling heavy and tired. Omega-3s help improve insulin sensitivity, allowing your muscles to get more fuel. This means you can move, walk, and stand longer before feeling tired. Imagine walking through your day with legs that feel more awake instead of sluggish. That's the difference improved insulin sensitivity makes. Let's also think about long-term protection. Seniors who regularly consume omega-3s show slower rates of muscle loss over the years. Not weeks, not months, years. This means that the simple habit you build today can preserve your mobility independence and strength well into your 70s and 80s. You're not just building muscle, you're protecting your future self. And the best part is that adding omega-3s to your first meal is incredibly simple. You don't need expensive supplements. You can get powerful omega-3 benefits from affordable foods like chia seeds, flaxseed, walnuts, and canned sardines. Just one small portion in the morning can create a ripple effect through your entire day, supporting your muscles, improving your joints, calming inflammation, sharpening nerve signals, and boosting your energy. Every morning is an opportunity to support your body. Every breakfast is a chance to choose foods that reduce inflammation instead of increasing it. When you start your day with omega-3 fats, you're giving your legs exactly what they need. Not just to survive aging, but to thrive through it.